On today's show,
we select our under-the-radar team led by double-double monster Nick Vucevic.
We answer the question, could a college team beat the 0-11 Philadelphia 76ers?
And don't you worry, Mrs. Harris, you'll finally get a look at your son's dunk in our top 10 plays of the week.
It's Friday, November 21st. The starter starts now.
Good evening, sweet world, and welcome to the starters. Whether you're joining us live online or catching us on NBA TV, we're very, very happy to have you. I'm J.E. Skeets, and alongside me, as always, that's Tass Mellis.
Happy Friday, everybody.
To my right, the starters blog editor, Trey Kirby.
Hey-o.
Hey-o. And finally, it's the international man of mystery. It's Lee Ellis.
Girls.
Lee.
Yes, Friday show here. Very excited. We have our top 10 plays of the week, Tass's worst of the week. But first, this week, NBA.com, they always ask their stable of writers a couple of key questions, some fun questions. And there was one in particular that we loved. I wanted to throw it at everyone here at the table. And of course, to everyone watching and listening, chime in with your answers as well. Hashtag the starters. It is, name a lesser known player who's opened your eyes. Okay, so someone sort of under the radar, and what in particular you like about them. We had a lot of fun debating this in the office, this question.
We came up with our top five, our starting five under the radar players this season. Some names you may not be familiar with, but they are making their mark. The Bucks, Brandon Knight. The Grizzlies, Courtney Lee. The Bulls, Jimmy Butler. Nikola Vucevic of the Orlando Magic. And Brandon Wright of the Dallas Mavericks. Let's start with Jimmy Butler, because that guy is hot.
Yeah, and we've talked about Butler on the show, so we don't need to go into great detail with him, but we love, of course, what he's doing with Chicago, when you especially consider the injuries with Rose, Gasol being in and out of the lineup. He's been unbelievable. He is definitely on the very short list of most improved candidates. Excuse me.
Not quite most valuable.
Not most valuable, but to that team, he's been pretty impressive right now. He's scoring over 20 a game, shooting the lights out, got the three-pointer back that went missing there for 1 year last season, and doing everything else. And we know that he's also, with all those great offensive numbers, he's arguably one of the best defensive players in the league.
And the question is head coach Tom Thibodeau also acting as his agent, playing him 40 minutes per game? The year he's coming into his free agency, that man is going to get paid a ton. But yeah, we've talked about him.
Yeah.
He's playing over
under the radar. I mean, almost not even safe to say anymore with that guy. Yeah. But a great season so far. Let's get to Nick Vucevic, because he's an interesting one. We put him in our 4 position on our team. You know, he's really the center for the Orlando Magic. The guy is a double-double machine.
Yep.
He's at the tops in the league, along with DeMarcus Cousins with 9 total. But they just played, the Magic did, against the Clippers, and Doc Rivers couldn't stop raving about this guy. Had so many great things to say. He said, Vucevic is an all-star and a terrific player. He's probably the best player in the league that nobody knows. I don't think you hear anybody talking about him, but when you look at his raw numbers, they are superstar and all-star worthy, but nobody knows it.
All-Stars. The numbers are fantastic, and it's great that the efficiency has gone up along with the usage, because he's shooting more, he's a bigger part of the offense. That's when you usually see efficiency number goes down, but his efficiency numbers are actually better.
Yeah, he just gets a lot of shots close to the basket, obviously, as a big guy, and he's got a nice mid-range jumper that's been dropping a lot so far. I mean, who knows if he's going to shoot 50% from mid-range all season, but if he shoots 40% and still can knock it in right up close to the basket, then he's going to have another great year.
There was one thing with Vooch when we were making this team, I was like, I'm convinced he's got to be one of the leading scorers when it comes to first quarter scoring. Every Magic game I see, he seems to have like 12 points right away.
Post him up right away.
Yeah, they go to him, they feed him, and he can go to work down there. And again, you said he could hit the jumper. And the numbers back it up. He's actually top 10 in the league in terms of first quarter scoring. Everyone above him has been an all-star. Yeah. And Rudy Gay is there as well, or actually was an all-star last year above him. Yeah. It's your Melos and your Blakes and stuff like that. And again, we show you there the double-double. I mean, every night, the guy goes, gets you 10, 11, 12 rebounds, and he backs it up.
Magic did all right in that Dwight Howard trade, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
They did all right.
I think what Doc Rivers is referring to, Tass, is that coaches might recognise him even if other players don't. Therefore, he might still be in contention for an all-star reserve spot because, you know, that's where the votes come from after the starters come from the fans.
And he has forced opposing coaches to change their defensive plan on him. Lionel Hollins had Brook Lopez guarding him. Vucevic was destroying Lopez, so he had to throw KG on him. Vucevic is a fantastic offensive player all around. I mean, just goes without saying now. I think they got him for the Dwight Howard deal. They signed him to that extension now. Yep. You know, the first few guys we're bringing up here, Jimmy Butler, Vucevic, Brandon Knight. Those other two guys haven't signed deals, but Vucevic is a nice, solid deal at a really good rate.
Looking good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's go to Brandon Knight. We've talked a little bit about the Bucks this past week. They're definitely a surprise team. This guy, a fourth-year point guard.
I'm happy for this guy.
He came over in that trade with Brandon Jennings, and you start to look at it and you start to wonder, is he the better player at the point guard position, at least, than Jennings?
Well, right now, I think so. I mean, a lot of times when you look at someone's improvement, you look to their scoring numbers, but his scoring numbers have been pretty consistent over the last year or so. But if you look at his assists and his rebounds, he's actually contributing more in those areas. And I think as well, the Milwaukee Bucks have now got a guy who they can actually rely on late in games. I know he blew that layup against Brooklyn Nets, and we all saw that.
He made up.
He was trying to beat the clock.
That's what I mean. A lot of other guys might have slumped their shoulders, been afraid to take the next shot. Jason Kidd put a lot of confidence in him, said, I'm going to give you the shot. He hit that three-pointer, then he hit free throws in the extra period as well. But I think with Brandon Knight, he's just starting to understand as well. Now, he's got some trust in a coach who thinks he can actually run the offense, and he's being very unselfish. Even though he's still scoring, he's trying to get other guys involved, and I think that's a very good sign.
It sure feels like, Jason Kidd rubbing off on Brandon Knight's game at the point guard position.
He's a scoring guard that has now become a distributor. Almost 7 assists.
Turning the ball over less this year for sure.
But he's also getting into the lane a lot more, driving the ball inside, which obviously, guys have to chase him inside, and if they don't, then he's got that three-point shot as well that he's working on.
Quick geek stat.
We love them.
7th in points produced per drive.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Yeah.
So he drives a lot, and he makes things happen.
But again, as you saw there against Miami, he's hitting those huge three-pointers as well. So this guy's got a lot of dimensions to his game.
Speaking about three-pointers, Courtney Lee with the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies, for the longest time, have needed some shooters to surround with their big guys in Gasol and Zach Randolph. And a lot of guys on this squad, those two, even Tony Allen, Mike Conley, they get a lot of the pub, but Courtney Lee in the starting lineup has really been great for them.
He's shooting 62% from 3 right now. That's crazy. He's the best catch-and-shoot shooter in the league right now. Makes literally 2 out of 3 every time he gets the ball kicked out of him. I thought he was overrated for a long time just because he ended up on that Magic team as a rookie, made it to the finals. Everybody thought, oh, Courtney Lee is great. As it turns out, he's more of just a great complementary piece, especially for the Grizzlies. They need shooting. He can run the floor. He plays defense. He should shoot more threes, actually. He only takes like 3.5 a game. Shoot 5. I mean, your percentage will probably go down, but it's going to be worth it.
They need it,
We talked Brandon Knight, not to be confused with Brandon Wright with the Mavs, is sort of our big guy on the under-the-radar team. He's leading the league right now, shooting 76% from the floor.
Shooting is the question.
Dunking, 76%.
Single dribble yet this
year. He doesn't take a whole lot of shots, but again, he doesn't miss when he does take them because they're usually in transition or just oops, and they like to do that with Chandler as well. He's been great. We got a second team for you too. There's so many guys sort of under the radar. A couple more Magic players: Evan Fournier, Wesley Matthews, another guard, Tobias Harris, that other Orlando Magic player, Draymond Green, I love this guy. And this one interesting, Roy Hibbert.
The redemption year.
And we put him on our under-the-radar team because we all know that we had just completely written him off in the last couple of months last season. So it is a little weird to put a 2-time All-Star on the under-the-radar, but no one cares about the Pacers right now because of the injuries and where they are in the East. They're fighting. They're trying to stay afloat. Look at Hibbert's numbers. I mean, again, I don't think a lot of people are checking out the Pacers box scores or even know what's going on with them. Guy's averaging 14 a game right now. He's upped his field goal percentage. He's upped his boards. He's averaging a career high 3 blocks a game.
That's amazing.
The fouls are down. He's playing really well. Again, this is truly, to me, completely under the radar right now.
And it seems to me he likes playing when there's a little less pressure on the team. He had his best series ever against the Heat that year when the Pacers were an upstart, and then last year, coming in, he kind of surprised everybody, and then once people caught on, he fell off a little bit, but now that he's able to chill, he's happy, he's smiling, he's making his shots.
Well, there you go. There's a couple under-the-radar guys. Again, let us know. Jump on Twitter, #TheStarters. Who would you add to those 2 teams? Lots more still to come coming up. Glasses. We're talking about glasses.
Nice.
I mean, listen.
Who wrote that?
We're talking about glasses, not a game. Welcome back to the starters. As you guys know, Shaq and Kenny have been giving Chuck a very hard time about his new glasses. Well, we said enough was enough, and we decided to compile a list of the greatest moments in NBA eyewear history to help Chuck out. So if you missed it on Inside the NBA last night, take a look.
George Mikan, the superstar, made his name while rocking a pair of specs, and then they exploded.
Yeah, glasses have evolved from the big old bug eyes back in the day to the 90s rec specs. We've seen Oakley show up, we've seen grandma glasses, and stylish gentlemen are still rocking frames today.
Yes, they are, but the patron saint of NBA glasses remains the one and only Kurt Rambis, who went the route of simple frames and became an icon for hipsters all around the world. Kurt can still be seen to this day wearing them on the Knicks bench.
On the bench, also on the podium. A huge NBA fashion accessory glasses are Durant, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, you might remember, really upping the ante here with the flip-up shades like Dwayne Wayne from a different world. But the king has to be Russell Westbrook with his unnecessary frames.
Yeah, he's such an expert, Russell. He's even got his own collection of frames.
You got to get some of those.
I need some.
Yeah, we need to get those on the...
Yeah.
Back on the court, the three goggles were born in Portland in 2011. After being teased about his eyesight one random night, Rudy Fernandez hit a few threes, turned to the bench, connected his thumb and index finger, and that's when the three goggles were born.
Oh, yes. Let's not forget about the Sacramento Kings taking the eyewear to a whole other technological level by testing out Google Glass at practice. Now we all know what it feels like to throw down a dunk off the glass.
like that.
Yeah, and run out of the tunnel. Yes, we've seen them in practice, pregame. Now we just have to start wearing them in games.
But perhaps the biggest NBA glasses story ever was when Charles Barkley put on some specs for the opening night this season. Ernie, Shaq, and Kenny had a lot of fun seeing him in glasses for the first time, but you guys obviously weren't paying attention. Check out these iconic moments from Barkley's career with his specs on, the throwdown with the Sixers, and then Shaq, you tried to punch him off his face.
Never hit a Manning.
And he did, he broke them.
And then Chucky beat Dickie in a race. Glasses on, glasses down, Dickie down, Chuck down. What a race it was.
Glasses on.
All right, thanks to the starters for that. I like look at what you got rocking.
You got the double bar.
Yeah, I like those.
The double bar jammies.
I like the red on you too, man.
The red, you know, I just don't look like a frog peeping through ice like he does.
Are you used to him now, Chuckster?
I'm
Oh,
you look a little Clark Kentish.
The most important thing
these are,
is
these are
be able to see, Ernie.
Huh? I know.
Who is this,
It's very
Kenny?
important. That's Chuck.
Ernie, let me tell you something.
Anyway.
Blake Griffin, Ernie.
Boy, that's going back a long time.
That's nice right there. What's that, 78?
Early 90s. That's,
90s?
Yeah, early 90s.
You look like an ant peeping through ice.
You guys were great sports, although Kenny seemed like he wanted Shaq's glasses.
Yeah,
really
those were
badly.
cooler.
Those are cool
They
glasses.
were pretty.
He didn't want the Westbrook red ones. Yeah. So Chuck, we're in your corner, as we said. All right, let's unleash the unicorn. Get that unicorn out here. Time for the Starters Fantasy Minute.
This list is stolen directly from Yahoo Fantasy expert and member of our fantasy league, Andy Behrens. Now, he wanted to highlight some guys that you should be picking up. A couple scores in the first two slots, Rodney Stuckey and Bojan Bogdanovic. Chris Kaman, steady if unspectacular, really gets it done. Alex Len, who's got a ton of potential, but the guy I wanted to highlight, Mo Williams, now the starting point guard of the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Zach LaVine starting experiment appears to be over. Mo's taken the job. His one start on Wednesday, it was beautiful. 14 points, 13 assists, 3 boards, 2 threes, good percentages, and only 2 turnovers. Yeah, it was against the Knicks, but still, this veteran is owned in only 25% of Yahoo leagues. He's going to be starting for several weeks with Ricky Rubio out, and they're not going to rush Ricky Rubio back. Also, there's an injury with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Kevin Martin fractured his wrist.
Yeah, we learned today that Kevin Martin out indefinitely with that fracture in his right wrist. Another blow for this team, who are already missing Rubio. Pekovic is out for a little bit. Thaddeus Young is mourning actually the death of his mother right now. I mean, they've been hit with injuries and circumstances here. So I wonder now what this means for Corey Brewer, because we had heard that he was possibly on the trading block.
Yeah.
And does this help that case of moving him? And they start going, well, this season might be a bit of a write-off. Or now do they go, well, now we're forced to keep him and see if we can win some games?
It seems though they want to move on from him, so I think they probably want to showcase him and get him out there playing, shooting, just up his value. If
they can get an asset for him, I think they make a move.
So if Corey Brewer is somehow available in your league, pick him up as well, because get you a whole lot of steals. All right, lots more still to come. When we return, how high will T-Russ sky in this week's top 10 plays of the week? We'll count them down next.
Welcome back to the starters. Now, this is the point of the week where we hand out the dishonor to someone in the NBA family that has done wrong in the eyes of the starters. It's time for the worst of the week.
Ladies and gentlemen, the worst of the week.
This week's worst of the week is Phoenix Suns guard and former Kentucky Wildcat Eric Bledsoe. On Wednesday, Bledsoe joined NBA's SiriusXM channel and was asked who would win a hypothetical 7-game series between his alma mater and the 0-11 Philadelphia 76ers. Bledsoe said, quote, "I'm definitely taking Kentucky. I think Philly would probably get maybe 1 game." 1 game?
What?
Come on! Incorrect, wrong, impossible. This same argument comes up every year. The best college team versus the worst professional team. Every year, the correct answer is the NBA team would crush the college team. The common argument supporting the NBA squad is that the college team only has a few NBA players, while the NBA team is literally full of them. Now, that point of view is slightly questionable in this scenario. The Sixers have filled a roster with players not worthy of playing on the biggest stage. Still, this team of half NBAers, let's call them, has lost by 1 point to the Rockets, 2 to the Magic, and by 3 to the Chicago Bulls, actual NBA teams. Some experts have labeled the Sixers as a 17-point favorite in a 1-game scenario versus Kentucky. You know how motivated an NBA team would be in this scenario simply in fear of losing? The superior team plus motivation equals death for the college squad. John Calipari tweeted, "Let me be clear. If we played an NBA team, we'd get buried. Any NBA team." Thank you for clearing that up, Mr. Calipari. Eric Bledsoe, your worst of the week.
Every year.
It comes up every year.
Every year we got to go through this fun debate.
We did it last year, and Kentucky didn't even win the national championship.
You're right.
You can't beat every college team.
It's so silly. You called the Sixers sort of a half NBA team.
Yeah, this is the good year to make that argument
Yeah.
because the Sixers are fielding quite possibly one of the worst teams in NBA history.
A lot of undrafted guys. We've gone over it. But still, this is why this is a dumb argument. The guys on the Sixers, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, your Michael Carter-Williams, your Rotens, your Nerlens, even your Alexei Shveds, I would argue. Take those guys right now, put them in college basketball, and try and tell me they wouldn't be either the best player in college basketball or at least top 5.
Yeah.
At least.
Absolutely true.
Done, argument over. You would have 4 of the 5 best players in college basketball, you'd kill them.
Even these guys aren't super experienced, but if you've played 1 year in the NBA, you have had a lot more coaching and a lot more just working out against grown-ups.
Oh,
to
but
play
you
against.
are just grown-ups in the NBA for the most part.
Well,
I know
that's
some
it.
of them
And
are still young, but they've got more mature bodies.
And the confidence going into the game. I mean, you'd have so much confidence going up against a college player. It would be quite ironic tonight. The Suns play the Sixers. Eric Bledsoe plays the Sixers if they lost to those Sixers tonight, which is possible because it could happen on any given night. I also have a runner-up, guys.
Oh, nice.
One quick runner-up. Jason Terry of the Houston Rockets. He said this week, after a blowout loss to the Grizzlies, well, we'll take it out on the Lakers on Wednesday. Thanks to Sam Amico for documenting that on Twitter, because on Wednesday, those Houston Rockets, they got plopped by the Lakers. Jason Terry, come on,
Did
man.
Jason Terry know that Dwight wasn't going to be playing when he made that comment?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
All
But
right.
they lost.
2
Jason
worst
Terry.
of the week. What a Friday.
It hurt me to give it to Eric Bledsoe.
Yeah, you love Bledsoe.
Love that man.
Yeah. I mean, look, he also, I'm sure, because he went to Kentucky, having a little fun with
Made
it.
sense.
But it does come up every single year, this argument. It's Friday, though, so let's get to the top 10 plays of the week. At number 10, we got a funny buzzer beater, a game winner from Solomon Hill off the air ball.
Just a clutch air ball.
Yeah, clutch air ball, great pass. But he's in the right spot at the right time and honestly really quickly decides, I got to get that out of my hands, flip it up, and down it goes. Pacers get the win.
At number 9, it's the Wolves, Shabazz Muhammad getting up. Lefty throwing it down with the left hand. That's some beautiful stuff.
Whoa.
Great extension.
Very
6'6", Shabazz Muhammad. He's the second coming of Corliss Williamson. That's all I think of when I see that.
Interesting. At number 8, Anthony Davis does the impossible. He blocks a LaMarcus Aldridge fadeaway, then he blocks Wesley Matthews on the same play.
And then he runs the break.
Yeah, he runs the break. Eric Gordon, hey, next time give him the ball.
the ball up, man.
Give him the ball. He just blocked 2 guys on jump shots.
At number 7, check Iman Shumpert's dunk. Oh my God!
Yeah, this is just a replay, right?
Giannis's arms can't even get there. Probably the longest player in the NBA. Can't stop.
At number 6, Lee Ellis saw it live.
Oh.
Jeff Teague down the lane, smashing it home.
Yelling before he even
He was.
He was.
At number 5, this was a great moment for Gary Harris, his first game, rookie year, throwing down the dunk. His mom's in the crowd, but unfortunately, Mom wasn't there to see it. She comes back, what? He threw down a dunk. I missed that. Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Harris.
At number 4, Jeff Green. Just, it doesn't look crazy, but you got to check the slow-mo where he sort of takes off.
Where he takes off.
And he just glides up there.
That's James Worthy.
But that wasn't the best Jeff Green dunk from that game.
Showing you the variety of Jeff Green dunks in this top 10. Look at that smash. Beautiful on Marcus Morris. Hit him so hard, even Markieff felt that when Jeff Green was the throw down. That's beautiful.
Underrated highlight player, Jeff Green.
Yeah, that's
Goes
true.
up a lot.
Had the steal there, too, to create that play. At number 2, Terrence Ross goes way up to get the oop. Honestly,
Nasty.
it wasn't that great a pass from
wasn't.
Lowry.
Check
It was
this angle.
way
Oh,
behind him.
He says this is his best dunk of his career, even over that Denver one last year.
Wow.
Well, and at number 1, Trey Burke, the game winner in MSG. My goodness, J.R. Smith all up in his shorts, and he still hits such a tough shot. The Jazz, Gordon Hayward's first game winner this year, and then Trey Burke. Couple beautiful shots.
Step back in the corner, gets mobbed
Nice.
by the Jazz there. Yeah, it's a bonus points for doing it at MSG too. That, it's always great. All right, agree, disagree, let us know on Twitter. Hashtag the starters with the top 10. One more break, but when we return, pick a payoff results and Lee's very solid play. Come on
Solid
back.
one.
I hope it's a solid one because it's called very solid play. Back with the starters, perfect night for Tass and I. Back in those California teams, we liked the Clips and we took the Kings. So nothing changes in the overall record. Tass 2 games up. Tonight's picks, we agree on the first 3 games. We like the Hornets at home, we like the Raps at home, and we like the Thunder at home. I'm taking the Wiz at home and the Nuggets at home. Meanwhile, you got the 2 road teams with the Cavs in Washington and the Pelicans in Denver.
Good luck.
Good luck to you, sir. Lee, we now turn to you for the very solid play of the night. What is it?
Yeah, I'm going to Miami for this one. There wasn't a whole lot to choose from last night, but this play from the Clippers starts as a broken play, really, but evolves into a very solid play because they just keep moving the ball around. That's what you got to do. Everyone's got to get a touch.
This is wild.
Everyone's got to get involved. Finishes with Matt Barnes with a, not quite a swish bomb, but it's a pretty good basket anyway.
Yeah,
that's how you do. That's how you score in the NBA. Just
wow,
keep
we
that
almost
ball
had a
moving.
couple travels on this.
Exactly.
Oh, that was close too.
But see, no one wants the ball, keep flicking it around, and that's what I call a very solid play.
That's what I call a guy that had very little to work with, but good stuff, Lee, nonetheless. We're jumping the gun a little bit on the meme team here, but we had to show you the Sacramento Kings ugly Christmas sweaters. These photos are making their way around the internet. They
Ugly or fashionable. I
They
mean,
did
not bad.
They did a photo shoot.
So good.
These are so good, and we have to get our hands on some of these NBA ugly Christmas sweaters. We got to do an
I
entire
love
show.
that
in
family.
these. Yeah, the Sears portrait there.
Even their mascot is very much just bored, walking around, twiddling his thumb.
Slamson.
Slamson.
Popcorn.
Is it Swami, Sammy, Slamson? What is it?
Slamson.
All right, it's Friday, so before this show, we recorded the Drop, the hour-long podcast. We discussed a few disappointing teams, as well as Chris Bosh's decision to not team up with the Rock. So check that out on iTunes and subscribe to the show.
Thanks for joining us, folks. And remember, laughs are contagious. So if you're looking for one, just laugh it up.
Embrace the weekend, people.